Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sonya's Prep. This week's video is going to be all about how I'm going to be using my very new toy. I just got an air fryer. I'm going to be taking you along and showing you how I make my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a few desserts. I'm so pleased. I'm so excited. I just made this toast with butter and garlic, and I cracked an egg into the middle of it and put it into the air fryer. It comes out so good. It works so fast and it is super delicious. And if you like these types of recipes, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Now let's get into all the yummy recipes. For breakfast, I really wanted to make my sourdough bread with a little layer of butter and garlic with an egg over the top with some seasoning. So I make these sour breads by myself. I do have a video of how I make them and how I make my starter. So if you're interested in that, I'll have a link up above and I'll have them in the description box below. So my little munchkins are of course helping me in the kitchen. So I sliced up the sourdough bread and I'm using Smart Balance because I wanted to keep everything dairy free, because I do have to separate milk and meat for religious dietary reasons. I'm going to be keeping my air fryer completely meaty, so I can't put anything dairy inside of it. So now that I use this vegan butter, I'm placing in a little bit of garlic that I have minced earlier. I take a spoon and I push down the middle part of the bread and I add in the egg the best I can into the center of it. Some spilled over, and I'm going to be using this seasoning called Totally Guacamole to season the top of it. It's basically salt and pepper, oregano, onion powder, and garlic powder. So if you want, you can just put salt and pepper if you don't have this seasoning. I take the air fryer out, I place the sliced bread very gently into it, and I plug the air fryer in, put everything inside, and it is very simple to use. I'm going to be heating it to 400 degrees for about, I think I did 5 to 6 minutes until the egg is fully cooked through and a little bit runny in the middle, which is like the perfect way to eat it. Also, challah works really well with this. Challah is actually much softer to work with, and it worked really nice, and it's bigger, so the egg didn't fall apart, fall through the sour, like as it did in the sourdough bread. As I was about to sit down to have my breakfast, my kids saw this and they all wanted to eat it, even though it's already like 9 o'clock and they already ate 2 times before that. I always feel like whenever I sit down to eat breakfast, everyone's just like, oh, what is mommy eating? I want mommy's eating too. So of course I had to put the brakes on that. I wanted to feed everyone else and make them very nice and happy, because I can't enjoy my food when people are like hovering over. I don't know if anyone else can relate. Let me know in the comments down below. This is breakfast number 3 for the children.
I only had 1.
And 1 for me.
And 1 for me. And 1 for me too. Also 1 for me.
So challah needs a little bit.
Actually, I'm not so
I
sure.
want
It's good? Perfect. So 7 minutes we did?
Challah needs a little bit less.
Yummy.
I love the garlic.
Yeah, the garlic really takes it up a notch. But it's not overpowering, right? It's finally mommy time. It's mommy's turn to eat. As many of you well know, whenever mommy eats, the kids, no matter how full they are, they want to eat it too. So I'm finally sitting down and eating this deliciousness. I cannot wait to try it. The crunch, the smell of the garlic, and it's not overpowering, as you saw. So good. I of course had to make these crispy buffalo wings, because when I was researching what I can possibly make with an air fryer, first of all, there's tons of things you can make, but these wings definitely look like they would be amazing. So I have all of these spices that I'm going to be using, as well as some fresh garlic and baking powder, which I heard really crispens up the wings. So I placed all of that into the container with the wings. I drizzled on some avocado oil. You could use any kind of oil. As for the measurements for the seasoning, I just did everything to taste. And then I lined everything into the air fryer, put everything as I tried to space it as best as I could, but I didn't do such a great job, but it still turned out amazing, as you will see. Now that both sides of the wings are nice and crispy, I'm going to be using some barbecue sauce and basting the wings with them as well. So I baste just one side of it and I pop it back into the air fryer to have that beautiful golden crispy color. Look at that color, doesn't it look just finger licking delicious and good? I then took some buffalo sauce and I basted the wings with them as well because I just wanted to be a little extra. I like the spice that it gives and it really truly just came out so delicious. The following night, I made the wings again, minus the barbecue sauce, and I also made this blooming onion, but I didn't record it because I didn't have high hopes for it. I didn't think it would come out, but it came out so good. If you want me to show you how I made it in another video, or if you want to see different kinds of videos with different types of recipes, let me know in the comments down below so I can do that for you. For dinner, I decided to go with a truffle oil salmon. Guys, if you have not had a truffle oil salmon, you have got to try it. I used 2 salmons, one for myself and for my husband. But this can definitely be done with any other type of fish like flounder or branzino, whatever is to your liking. I will also be using some string beans. I also sliced up some lemons, and just for a little extra something for garnish, I have some dill. So I take the 2 salmons and I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be dressing it. Here are all the ingredients that I'll be using. I have about a tablespoon of truffle oil, some freshly grated garlic, and a teaspoon of mayo, some salt and black pepper, and this is the truffle oil that I use. I also like to add in some fish seasoning. The container I'm going to be showing you right now, it is the Neptune brand, but you can totally omit it, just add salt and pepper. So to make this, I basically mix the truffle oil with the mayo, and then I add in a heaping tablespoon of the garlic because in our family, we really love garlic. All the seasonings follow in after that with some salt, black pepper, and the fish seasoning. Mix everything really well and lather that whole entire thing onto the salmon. You could also add in some paprika like I added in just that you just saw, but that is completely optional. So I let that marinate for a little bit. Honestly, not that long actually, because I really wanted to eat it because it looked so good. So 5 to 10 minutes, and then I will show you what I do next. I happen to have some rice left over in the refrigerator from my Shabbat prep, and I used a cookie cutter just to make them look really nice and cute on the plate. I feel like rice pairs really nicely with salmon and the string beans and the truffle oil and the lemons. This was truly so delicious. The kids are finally put to sleep, and it's time for hubby and I to have our dinner. So this is the first thing actually that I cooked. You might be seeing this as the last because it's dinner time, but let's have a try. I'm so excited. This looks phenomenal.
This was air fried?
Yes.
This looks incredible.
Yeah.
And it smells delicious.
That truffle oil, that garlic. Let's dive in.
Wow, this has got to be the most incredible salmon I've ever had.
I love it.
How long was this in the fryer?
For about 12 minutes or so. It's nice and moist.
That's incredible.
There's string beans, the lemon, and there's the baby awake.
I'm on my way. Was the rice also in the fryer?
No.
For the last recipe today, I'll be sharing with you how I made this chocolate lava cake, and it's all dairy free. I used betterine for my dairy free butter. This was the bittersweet chocolate that I used. I have some confectioner's sugar and flour over there as well, with 6 eggs. So 3 of them are completely whole eggs, and then 3 egg yolks. I have the ramekins where I'm going to be baking it. The egg whites from those 3 other egg yolks, I'm just putting it to the side. I'll have the link to the exact recipe for the lava cake in the description box below. I take the chocolate and the dairy-free butter, I place it into the microwave for about a minute. I mix it, and then I place it back into the microwave to completely melt. To the melted chocolate, I'm going to be adding in 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar and mixing that all with a whisk to incorporate everything. And then after that, I have 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour that I'm going to be adding in as well. At this point, the batter becomes very thick, so I switch to a wooden spoon until everything is incorporated. Then those 6 eggs, so the 3 whole eggs and the 3 egg yolks go in next. And then I go back to using a whisk just because it incorporates really nicely like that. And this makes 6 ramekins. I only had 3, so I'm going to be doing it in batches. I do spray everything with oil, and I fill the ramekins 3/4 of the way up, and I'll show you how I bake them. I found that baking them for 8 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit was a very nice texture. It was very gooey in the middle, but if you like it a little bit less gooey, then add another minute or 2. And this is what they look like when they come out of the air fryer. Isn't this just amazing that an air fryer can make you have this cake? I was really fascinated. If anyone is interested in the air fryer that I'm using, I will have a link for them down below in the description box for you guys to check them out.
How is it?
I feel like I'm in a fancy restaurant.
All with an air fryer. Isn't that amazing?
Stop
Just
it.
an air fryer.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Is it nice and gooey ooey?
It's unbelievable.
Ooh.
Can I get some privacy, please?
It was so nice to get into my couch, cuddle up under the blanket, and have this decadent dessert. And I can't believe this came from an air fryer. Definitely a must try, and I will be making this a lot more often. Well, that's it for this week's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed these air fryer recipes of what I eat in a day. And if you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you are new.